Thanks for joining us on Good News on WCCO. It's a chance to put on a few minutes of positivity and show you all the good things that are happening amidst the headlines. Let's dive in. The head custodian at a South Metro middle school is leading students in a bright way. Derek James explains.
At Shakopee East Middle School, the sound of the bell still signals the end of one class and the start of another. For head custodian Mackenzie Reed, she's heard it before as a student here about 20 years ago.
I just remember it being very tan, very dull, and cramped.
Years later, she came back as the person responsible for caring for the school. When you started here, you realized that hadn't changed.
Nope, still just the same old tan walls.
So she picked up a paintbrush.
So it started off with the pillars and numbering the pillars for the students.
What began during COVID as a small project has grown into something much bigger.
Give me a bare wall and I'm gonna paint it.
A former student volunteering to reshape the place she once knew, with hand-sketched large-scale murals in hallways, under the stair nooks, and in the lunchroom.
I feel like these kids need some type of pride for their building that they come into.
Students who've witnessed the transformation say they feel it.
The building before was a bit bland, but now it's just more colorful.
Throughout the years, with all like the paintings, it just became more warm and welcoming.
Principal Clayton Ellis says that matters.
You want to feel welcomed, right? You want to feel heard, you want to feel seen, all of those things. But if you feel centered as a student, as a human being, right, and you have that sense of belonging, then everything else will start to fall in place.
Each mural is more than paint, it's personal. But Reed doesn't sign her work. In fact, she's okay if students don't even know it's hers.
It's just pride. It's like, I did that. I don't tell them that because I just like them to enjoy it.
In Shakopee with photojournalist Tom Avilas, Derek James, WCCO News.
Reed isn't done yet. She's also taking her talents to other Shakopee schools. She's currently working on a mural project at Eagle Creek Elementary School. The Twin Cities 8-year-old is home safe after an unexpected adventure. Jason Rantola tells us how local authorities used a high-tech tool to find this beloved little boy. Say hi. You're gonna wave.
Sarah Kerfman's 8-year-old son, Felix, who has Down syndrome, was playing with his bigger sister Sunday morning when his mom says he suddenly went missing from his Shakopee home.
I know there's been a lot of snow melt. I know where the water is. And the panic was very real.
Sarah called the Scott County Sheriff's Office.
Luckily, the Sheriff's Department had way better tools than the two of us to try and find him.
The Sheriff's Office took the search to the air with the help of a heat-detecting drone.
It wasn't until about 40 minutes later Felix was found thanks to that drone, but he was walking on a frozen creek bed.
If he had gotten kind of farther up, there was much more open water.
Thankfully, Felix was fine, returning home after his half-mile trek with just a wet sock and shoe. Scott County Sheriff Luke Hennon says the drone was key in cutting down search time.
I think easily in a case like this, it could have turned into an hour or two, right? Just to get enough fire personnel in the area, walking, sweeping through the different areas.
But Mom Sarah is now taking extra precautions.
We ordered a ton of air tags in the short term. I ordered a shoe insert that can go in his shoe, a little pin that we're going to put a sheriff's badge on that he'll wear on his body.
All as Felix gets a better grasp of boundaries.
He's an 8-year-old boy that is probably going to go on more adventures, so we just have to figure out how to keep him safe.
In Shakopee, Jason Rantola, WCCO News.
Scott County has been using drones for 6 years now. The sheriff says it's thanks to donations from local organizations and banks. You've likely heard the phrase, live life to the fullest. Meet a St. Paul man who epitomizes those words.
So let me get a shot of him with his piece, okay.
Walter Griffin has an eye
One more.
for capturing life.
I got you.
On a shoot in Minneapolis, he holds a machine he fell in love with years ago in Chicago.
When I was 3 years old, I commandeered the camera from my mother. And one day I asked, could I take the pictures? And that day I became the best knee photographer in the world because my world was down here.
He's being pretty humble. Those early days sparked a passion. Just like the black and white photographs, a talent developed.
White paper was immersed in this chemical, and all of a sudden an image came up, and it was magic. And I knew from that point on, I wanted to be a magician.
And he's met some pretty magical people.
I photographed Miles Davis, Count Basie, Sarah Vaughan, Dizzy Gillespie.
And he has the photos to prove it.
I met Bob Marley in 1968, and his hair was shorter than mine then. I got a chance to photograph him in like 1974, and he was on top of the world then. So, I mean, I was just lucky.
He specializes in jazz photography, but he's captured people and moments all around the world.
I met John in 1990. We did a march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, and I got a chance to spend some time, 8 days with him, as a matter of fact.
He captures history in a very intentional way.
I think that you have to see it and you have to feel it so that you can share it with other people. My most famous images are the ones that I photographed in Selma, Alabama, and that was during the 25th anniversary of the Civil Rights March.
Fueled by passion, he's also fueled by a certain snack. Okay, this is Rainier / Queen Anne?
Yeah.
Okay. An ace at photography. He's also an expert in cherries.
What do you taste?
Tart, a soft sugar, a little bit of an apple-ish.
No, you're tasting the cherry. I mean, only because you're assimilating with all these different tastes. So you're having a tasting sensation. That's what's happening to you.
Another childhood passion.
Oh, I was 8 years old, and I could buy cherries. They were 7 cents a pound. So I've been buying cherries since the 50s. I can say that I really love cherries.
They bring you joy?
They bring me joy, but more than that, I get a chance to share with other people.
Something else he shares with the world is his self-produced tunes.
Musicians always talk about they have their axe. Well, my axe is always with me.
Walter also happens to be a champion whistler, which started... When did you discover your talent for whistling? And yet again...
When I was 8 years old, everyone in the neighborhood used to put their fingers in their mouth and whistle. My mother told me that my fingers were too dirty to put in my mouth because there was a kid in the neighborhood named Harold, and I would look like Harold. Harold had this big rash around his mouth. So I sat up one night huffing and puffing and squeezing and doing all kinds of configurations with my lips. And I came up with a... And when I did that, I knew the next day I would be able to go outside and challenge all finger blowers, which I did.
The trick?
It's simple. It's the teeth, the tongue, and the lips vibrating together.
He's whistled his way to the stages of top jazz musicians. When you whistle, it looks like you're almost kind of in a meditative state.
And I guess I am meditating because when I whistle, before I know it, I'm in a trance. My eyes are closed and I'm so fixated on that particular second. And that's what that is. That's the joy that I'm feeling within, but I'm able to give it to other people.
It seems like you have all these different interests.
I've been living. I've just been trying to live a life and not be bored and enjoy life every nanosecond. That's what's really important.
It just seems that as you enjoy these passions, you're also being of service to others with encouragement.
Everyone should enjoy what they see, to find enjoyment in the environment, in the world, and in other people. There is some uniqueness in everyone. You just have to be observant. That's what's really important.
With every bite, every sound, and every sight, Walter Griffin knows how to capture life.
Finding joy, finding happiness, and if you can find something that can house you and that can feed you, you're lucky.
There's actually a documentary on Walter's life available on Vimeo. It's called The Cherry Man. In it, Walter talks about his passion for life, photography, and of course, cherries. That will do it for this week's episode of Good News. We're so glad you are with us. You can find more of these episodes on YouTube or join us live on TV or on CBS News Minnesota or WCCO.com. That streams live on Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. Central. Enjoy today.